update upon us, let's give you 5 of the best Town Hall 12 attacks to use right after the June update. What's going on, my friends? My name's Corrupt. Let's start at number 5, the Pekka Smash with the Super Wizards. I will leave this as an army link down below so you can copy it. Along with that, I also have video chapters so you can review any section in this video. Now let's start with base identification. You mainly want to look at the multi-target Infernos. If there are 3 or even 2 of them, you should be able to use this attack very consistently. Now the main thing here is you want to jump all the way across the base. So you want to have easy control for your Pekkas and your Super Wizards, and you also want to be able to get all the way across. Now you want to start with a Warden Walk. This is going to be used in order to get rid of something like a multi-target Inferno in order to create the funnel. So usually you want to have between a level 30 and a level 40 Grand Warden in order to use this. Normally it's just going to be used in order to create the funnel, make it a little bit easier for everything to move themselves through the base. Pretty much it's just a great way of creating the funnel if you don't want to use a queen charge or a queen walk. If you don't have a high enough level Warden, you may want to use a queen walk instead. It can be a little bit better, but you have to actively funnel her, unlike a Grand Warden. So overall, you have those things that you can do. Of course, you can use a rage spell if you want to speed up your Grand Warden. As an example here, using a rage spell in order to make sure that he speeds up this Grand Warden through the storage, and then also getting rid of some of these other structures, and that way it's a little bit easier for him to start moving his way through. So while that's going to get taken down, you can start the other side of the funnel with the use of your king. The idea is that you want to try and cut off this area so you can send your Pekkas, Super Wizards, your heroes, mainly your Queen and Warden, into the base. You can of course use your Siege Barrack on the other side to create a little bit more of a funnel, but now you want to send everything in. The Super Wizards do really well in terms of this because of the amount of chain that you're able to get. Dealing with the enemy CC like super minions, just drop a poison on it. As long as they stay within the poison, they'll be pretty much good as dead. And as you're able to work your way through, you want to use the rage spells in order to move yourself across the base all the way over to the town hall. That's one of the biggest things that you do want to do. Along with this, you do have a heal spell, and you're going to use that on the Hog Riders. If you want to use the Siege Barrack, the Hog Riders are a great option to have, and a heal spell synergizes very well. So pretty much being able to move yourself all the way across the base, while being able to get rid of the town hall with the Super Wizards, and also being able to continuously move through. You may want to use the Grand Warden ability as you get through the town hall, so you don't need to worry about the Super Wizards dying off too quickly, or even the Pekkas, and the heal spell will provide a lot of really good support. Of course, you could throw maybe a couple rocket balloons in there to snipe off structures, but super balloons, or as they're known, rocket balloons, aren't really super good in terms of its own attack. So using him as a bit more of a special troop can allow you to get a lot more value. I even did that during a live stream recently, but overall, you can easily get the triple by using the Pekka Smash just like that. Next up in the number 4 spot, we have the Zap Lavaloon. I'll leave this as an army link down in the description below. Let's start with the base identification. You are going to mainly use them on Inferno towers. Try to get rid of some other structures too, such as like an air defense, an archer tower, bomb tower, etc. But you want to be able to sort of get rid of buildings to make it a little bit easier for you to push your way through. You can then, of course, use the log launcher with the golem in order to open up a larger area to get rid of things like an Inferno, Eagle, and maybe 2 air defenses. So you always want to think about those things. Overall, it gives you a little bit more momentum if you decide on using it. So using the lightning spells and the earthquake in order to get rid of the air defense and also getting rid of the multi-inferno. Then being able to create the other side of the funnel, mainly 2 different sides, to force the heroes to go in. Couple balloons or even rocket balloons there. You can do the same thing over here on this side, but using a Yeti as well is also a great choice in order to create the funnel here and here, so everything works themselves into the base. This is the reason why I honestly love this attack strategy. I love seeing this one. It's really, really easy, and it's not too hard for even someone with some lower level heroes, because you have a golem moving in, and you've also got a Pekka and Ice Golem in the CC. So being able to start off, you do want to make sure that you've got an easy lane to move in. So you have the Golem tanking, Ice Golem, and Pekka tanking for your king and queen. So you're able to get a large amount of value as you start moving your way through. Of course, you do want to look for the enemy CC and for the enemy queen. So being able to take these on is incredibly important as you start to work your way into the base. You should never forget about those two. Now, as this is going on, you can then start your Lavaloon portion. And to make this simple for you guys, you want to start by making sure that you've got your first Lalo going into this. This does include a couple balloons going in here. So you do want to have a good group of your balloons starting to move in down towards the air defense and towards the inferno. You want to be able to make sure that they're working themselves through. So freeze and also haste spells are the best spells for this. Using them in terms of freezing up inferno towers, air defenses, expos is what you want to do. Along with that, you want to make sure that your next Lalo merges with your other group, so you go in towards the town hall. You want to save your Grand Warden ability for the town hall so you don't have all your balloons go boom. So you want to make sure that you are able to absolutely get all the way across the base. So you always want to think about those things. Along with this, make sure that you use your minions right after a certain area of the Lalo so you don't get a time fail. Overall, that is pretty much how you want to get the most from your Lavaloon portion and how you can easily and simply get a 3-star by going ahead and using the Zap Lalo. In the number 3 spot, we have the Zap Dragons with the addition of the Blizzard. Now, if you have made it this far in the video, consider subscribing to the channel and ringing the bell if you enjoy seeing breakdown videos and more list type attack strategy videos. In order to understand if you are going to be using a Blizzard with this, you want to mainly look for an area that is very compact. Like this one, you want to be able to use the Blizzard to get rid of something like the Town Hall, maybe an air defense, and lure out the enemy CC. If it is more spread out, you may want to just use the lightning spells and earthquake by themselves. So that's what you really want to consider if you're planning on using this attack. So to start off, you're going to start with the Blizzard. Since you're not going in too far, you don't need to bring a Lava Hound, or you don't need to use a Lava Hound for the Blizzard. So you're going to use the Rage and Invisibility on your Super Wizards, and you want to be able to make sure that they activate the Town Hall and take that thing down so you don't need to worry about it. If they're also able to get rid of the enemy CC, that can play a huge role in it. And you're going to also be able to create the other side of the funnel by using the lightning spells. Being able to get through the multi-inferno, which is going to take 4 lightning. So being able to touch the inferno and air defense with the lightning spells can allow you to get rid of one side. You're then going to try and control your dragons by using your heroes to go in to carve out this area of the base. This makes sure that you're able to move in with your dragons swiftly through. You may have also noticed that there is the use of a Lava Hound. Since the air defense is directly in front of your dragons, you can use a Lava Hound to provide a lot of tankage. I would also recommend at this point to use the Grand Warden ability to push your way all the way across the base to not make it nearly as difficult as you start to move through. I would also use a Rage spell earlier on in the attack so you're able to get rid of maybe a core Inferno tower in order to continue to move your way across. Using that Grand Warden ability allows you to pretty much protect a lot of your balloons, and you could use the invisibility spell to lure the dragons in closer so they avoid the eagle shots. This is something maybe known as a big brain play, but you can use that to your advantage, and you can get your dragons a little bit closer into the base without having them go from defense to defense and kind of being boring like that. But overall, that's how you want to really think about using the dragons. And being able to control them is entirely up to you, but it's going to be really important for you to be able to absolutely smash through the base with the use of the dragons, and the Blizzard is a great option. So if you are able to get super wizards from your clan, you will be able to use this very, very well. In the number 2 spot, we have the Zap Witches, and you guys might already know the base identification. Just look at 2 multi-infernos, then you can look at the Eagle Artillery, the multi-inferno, that 3rd multi-inferno, and the Town Hall, and go all the way across from there to get a large area of the base. That's it. So that is going to be pretty much the most important thing that you want to be able to do, is ZapQuake 2 areas and be able to know where you want to send your log launcher in. So being able to get through a larger area of the base, so you want to try and use your ZapQuake around other buildings. Don't just use it on one. So that way what you're able to do is you're able to get rid of a lot of other structures around there. And being able to get rid of the Infernos is going to help you. Now at this point, you do want to start knowing golem placement, so you want to make sure that you're spreading them around the base so you're able to get a good amount of value as you start to move your way through with the witches, since you're going to be spamming them in sort of a line. So you're able to then send the rest of them into the base. And pretty much what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're using your Grand Warden ability early for the log launcher as you move your way across. Being able to use the Grand Warden ability allows you to protect them from the eagle shots too, so it's always something to keep in mind. As you're moving your way across, you do have the use of a jump spell. So if a lot does not follow the log launcher, you got the jump to activate and allow your queen and your skeletons and your witches to move in. Because at the end of the day, you want everything, and I mean everything, in the base to go for the Town Hall. You don't have the Grand Warden ability for it, so you're going to allow your skeletons to pretty much wreak havoc and take down the Town Hall. Of course, you can use your queen's ability to get through it, but you've got a lot of skeletons in order to get through that, and most of the time, you won't even need to worry about the Gigabomb because the witches will be out of range of it. Overall, this is a really strong attack strategy, and if you really want to try this out, you can. And of course, if there are single target Infernos, I would always recommend a mass witch if you still want to use a witch related army. Let me know if you want to see that one along with the other variations that I mentioned as their own separate video. Overall, that is exactly what you're doing with witches. They seem very consistent, though of course it's a big risk when you're not going in for that second star, especially during the clan war leagues, so I find this one to be a little bit less reliable in that sense, but it can still be used for 3 stars. And in the number 1 spot, we have the Queen Charge Hybrid. The simplest way to look at this attack is to use a Queen Charge to go in for the enemy CC. You mainly want to look if it's near something like an Inferno Tower or the Eagle Artillery or the Town Hall, so you can use a jump spell in order to get into the core and also reach something like the Eagle Artillery. Overall, you want to be able to make sure that you're controlling where your queen is going to be going into. Now in this case, you're going to be using that queen charge to go in for the Town Hall. You can use a Yeti bomb in order to get rid of an Inferno Tower. You would need to use a rage spell though if there is an enemy hero around that same area. Overall, you want to be able to make sure that you're controlling where your queen is going, and if you're taking a lot of heavy fire, you may want to use a rage spell. That rage can also be used in order to lure any traps like a tornado trap or seeking air mines. So you always want to think about those things while you are using the queen charge. But the main thing here is to be able to swiftly move through the enemy CC. So using the rage spell allows you to push through the enemy CC without taking all too much damage. Along with that, you then have enough momentum to push right the way in to the core of the base. Outside of that, while the queen pushes her way in, you're going to use the Barbarian King on the other side. You are pretty much cutting off sort of this side of the funnel, making it a little bit easier for you to push through with the use of your hybrid. Using that first heal spell allows you to get through, and you will be using the Grand Warden ability through the Giga Bomb. So you're able to then go ahead and save onto your heal spell for the back end of the base. And if you're lucky, you may even get the queen dying to also have some healers on your Hog Riders. But overall, you want to have easy and predictable pathing as you move your way across the base and making it simple, using that heal spell on the back end in order to make it a lot easier for the rest of your troops to get through the back end part of the base. Overall, that's how you want to think about the hybrid. And if you are looking for a really consistent attack strategy that you can use for farming, trophy pushing, for war or clan war leagues, this is going to be your best army. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss informative breakdowns and list videos like this one. Along with that, make sure you use code CORRUPT in the Clash of Clans shop or any Supercell game, and I'll catch you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.